Ladies and gentlemen, life isn't fair. People will betray you, they will lie to you, they will use you, abuse you, and then act like you were the problem. That's just how it is. You can cry about it, or you can do something about it. The weak sit around, licking their wounds, drowning in self-pity, waiting for karma to save them. But karma doesn't work on your schedule. It doesn't show up when you want it to. It shows up when they least expect it. And if you're smart, if you're ruthless, if you have the backbone to play the game right, you won't just wait for their downfall, you'll accelerate it. The pain they gave you will return to them, not because of some cosmic justice, but because actions have consequences. If they lied, cheated, or hurt you, they will eventually walk straight into the hell they built for you. It might take time, but trust me, they will pay. And when they do, you won't need to lift a finger. Life will handle it for you. Your only job? To make sure you're so far ahead, so untouchable, that when their world collapses, you're too busy winning to even notice. So today, I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to tell you the truth that no one else has the guts to say. The pain you suffered was a gift. It was fuel. It was the price of admission for a bigger, better life. And if you use it right, not only will you succeed beyond your wildest dreams, but you'll also get the ultimate revenge. The kind that doesn't require you to say a word. Pain is a gift, not a curse. Pain is the best teacher you will ever have. It's the only thing that forces you to grow, to adapt, to become someone new. The problem is that most people don't see it that way. They cry, they complain, they ask why me, as if the universe owes them a painless life. Let me be clear, it doesn't. Pain is the price of transformation. It's the cost of becoming someone who cannot be broken. Think about every person who has ever done something great. They all suffered. They were betrayed, abandoned, humiliated, laughed at. And yet, they didn't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They took that pain, weaponized it, and used it to carve their place in history. The difference between winners and losers isn't what happens to them, it's how they respond. Losers break, winners build. When they hurt you, they gave you something more valuable than gold. They gave you fuel. They gave you the kind of rage, the kind of hunger that turns people into unstoppable forces. But most of you waste it. You let it fester inside you like poison instead of using it as rocket fuel. Why? Because you're too focused on your feelings instead of your future. The minute you realize that pain is a gift, your whole life changes. You stop waiting for apologies, you stop expecting people to make things right, you take control. Every time someone stabs you in the back, you get sharper. Every time someone underestimates you, you get stronger. You stop being a victim and start being a force of nature. No one who has ever betrayed you is thinking about you right now. They moved on. So why are you still carrying the weight of what they did? Drop it. Take that energy and redirect it. Because the second you stop feeling sorry for yourself, you become dangerous. And dangerous people don't lose. Success is the best revenge. People love to say revenge is bad, that you should forgive and forget. That's loser talk. The only real revenge is success, not because it hurts them, but because it makes them irrelevant. Nothing destroys your enemies more than them realizing they don't matter to you anymore. The best part? Success makes their actions meaningless. When you're broke, struggling, and bitter, they win. When you're thriving, wealthy, and untouchable, they lose. It's that simple. The world only respects results. Not excuses, not sob stories, not what they did to me rants, just results. You either have them or you don't. The moment you decide to outgrow their nonsense, you become a different breed. You become untouchable. Their words, their betrayals, their cheap shots stop having power over you. Why? Because you're too busy winning. But here's the trick. Don't do it for them. Don't build your empire just to prove a point. Do it because you refuse to live a mediocre life. Do it because you refuse to let weak, cowardly people have any influence over your destiny. And in the process, their downfall will be inevitable. You won't have to lift a finger. They will self-destruct. Why? Because they are weak, and weak people always collapse under the weight of their own lies. You just have to sit back and let success do the talking. Weak people seek justice. Strong people create it. Most people waste their lives waiting for justice. They want life to be fair. They want payback to happen on their terms. That's a child's fantasy. The world isn't fair, and no one is coming to make it fair for you. Strong people don't wait for justice, they create it. How? By becoming so powerful that the people who hurt them become irrelevant. They don't waste time plotting revenge. They make themselves so successful, so untouchable, that their enemies destroy themselves trying to keep up. Think about it. Have you ever seen a winner obsessed with getting even? No. They're too busy winning. It's only the weak who sit around dreaming of revenge. And that's exactly why they never get it, because instead of building themselves up, they waste time fixating on the past. Your enemies don't deserve your energy. They don't deserve your attention. They deserve to be forgotten, because nothing is more humiliating than realizing the person you tried to destroy didn't even notice your existence. You want justice? Become so powerful that their entire life becomes meaningless in comparison to yours. That's how you win. Not by fighting, by ascending so high they can't even reach you. Time is the ultimate equalizer. Most people live in the illusion that their enemies will get away with everything forever. They believe that the pain they suffered will remain unpunished, that the people who wronged them will keep winning while they keep struggling. That's a lie. Time is the great equalizer. Time exposes frauds. Time reveals weakness. Time is the undefeated champion that humbles everyone in the end. It doesn't matter how powerful they seem right now. It doesn't matter if they are winning today. Their time is coming. Why? Because weak people always destroy themselves. Their own greed, their own ego, their own lack of discipline will be their downfall. The same qualities that made them hurt you will be the ones that take them down. You don't need to do anything, just wait. This is why patience is a weapon. The problem is most people don't have the stomach for it. They want immediate payback. They want justice to come now. And because they are so focused on revenge, they stop focusing on themselves. That's the real tragedy. While they are busy hating their enemies have already moved on. Stop wasting your time waiting for their downfall. Instead, use that time to build yourself up. Because when their empire starts to crumble, you don't want to be the same person they left behind. You want to be unrecognizable. You want to be so far ahead that by the time they are suffering, you don't even care anymore. That's real power. People who betrayed you, who lied to you, who hurt you, they will get what's coming to them. Not because you made it happen, but because they are incapable of sustaining success. Time always reveals the truth. Time always delivers justice. Your only job is to make sure that when it happens, you are too busy winning to notice. Time doesn't owe you revenge, but it will deliver it. Not in the way you expect, not in the timeline you want, but in the way that makes them pay the highest price. Trust the process. Keep moving forward. And when their downfall comes, you'll be too high up to even see it. Your greatest enemy is the old you. Most people spend their lives obsessed with their enemies. They think about the people who hurt them, the ones who betrayed them, the ones who left them behind. And while they're fixated on the past, they miss the real enemy, the person they used to be. You see, your past self is the only thing that can truly hold you back. Not your enemies, not your circumstances, not even your failures, just the weak, undisciplined, excuse-making version of you that refuses to let go of the past. That's the real battle. You can spend all your time hating the people who wronged you, or you can kill off the old version of yourself and become someone they will never recognize. The truth is, the pain they gave you already did its job. It showed you who they really were. It forced you to wake up. It pushed you out of comfort and into reality. The only question that remains is, what are you going to do with it? You can either use it to evolve, or you can let it chain you to a life of bitterness and regret. The choice is yours. The only revenge that truly matters is becoming the person they thought you never could be. Every time you level up, every time you break an old habit, every time you prove yourself right instead of proving them wrong, you win. Not because they suffer, but because they become irrelevant. They fade into the background while you become unstoppable. Your past self wants you to stay comfortable. It wants you to keep blaming others, to keep making excuses, to keep living in the same cycle of pain. But the second you decide that enough is enough, the second you declare war on the old you, everything changes. That's when you stop being a victim and start being a force of nature. Forget about them. Forget about payback. The only person you need to defeat is the person you were yesterday, because the moment you do that, no enemy, no betrayal, no setback can ever stop you again. The universe doesn't owe you anything. This is where most people get stuck. They think that because they suffered, they are entitled to something. They think that because life was unfair to them, the universe will balance it out in their favor. That's a fantasy. The universe doesn't care about fairness. It doesn't owe you success, happiness, or justice. If you want something, you take it. If you wait for it, you lose. People love to sit around and say, good things come to those who wait. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Good things come to those who work. Good things come to those who fight, who claw, who refuse to be victims. Life doesn't reward suffering. It rewards action. You either get up and take control, or you sit there and watch everyone else pass you by. You were hurt? Good. Now what? You're going to sit there and cry about it for the rest of your life, or are you going to use it? The people who hurt you are moving forward. They aren't thinking about you. Why are you still thinking about them? You don't get payback by sitting around waiting for the universe to do its job. You get payback by becoming so powerful that their existence becomes irrelevant. Fairness is a myth. The world doesn't care about your pain. It only cares about what you produce. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you can start winning. Every second you waste feeling sorry for yourself is a second you could have spent building an empire. The choice is yours. The universe doesn't owe you justice, success, or revenge. It only gives opportunities. And those who are smart enough to take them, those who are ruthless enough to seize them, are the ones who win. Stop waiting, stop complaining, stop expecting anything from anyone. Take what's yours. Winners play the long game. Most people are too impatient to win. They want quick revenge, quick results, quick success. And because of that, they make stupid decisions. They chase short-term victories instead of long-term dominance. That's why they stay stuck. Winners don't care about today. They don't care about next week. They don't even care about next year. They play the game for decades. They move strategically. They think 10 steps ahead while everyone else is reacting emotionally. That's why they always end up on top. Your enemies want you to react. They want you to be impulsive, to be emotional, to make reckless choices. The second you do, they win. That's why you never respond in the moment. You let them think they got away with it. You let them believe they won. And while they are celebrating their tiny victory, you are silently building an empire they will never recover from. This is the difference between winners and losers. Losers want immediate payback. Winners want permanent dominance. They are willing to wait, to grind, to sacrifice, to let time do its work. Because they know that when they finally strike, it won't be a little win, it will be a total takeover. Forget short-term revenge, focus on long-term power. Because once you truly win, no one can take it from you. Not your enemies, not luck, not even time itself. The people who hurt you, they are thinking about today. You should be thinking about the next 20 years. That's the mindset that wins wars, not just battles. The best payback is indifference. If you really want to destroy someone, ignore them. Forget they exist. Nothing is more painful to a weak person than realizing they don't matter. The second you stop caring about revenge, the second you stop thinking about them at all, you win. Weak people feed on attention. They want to see you suffer, to see you react, to see you stuck in the past. The moment you stop giving them that satisfaction, they lose all power over you. That's why true winners never chase revenge. They chase success. And success makes their enemies disappear. Think about it. If you're still talking about what they did to you, if you're still checking their social media, if you're still hoping they fail, you haven't moved on. You're still trapped in the game they started. The only way to win is to walk away completely and never look back. Indifference is a weapon. When they see that you don't care, when they see that their actions had no lasting effect, when they see you thriving without even acknowledging them, that's when they truly suffer. That's when they realize they were never important to begin with. They will try to get your attention. They will try to bring you back into their world. Ignore it. The second you engage, you lose. The second you acknowledge their existence, you give them power. Keep moving, keep building, keep winning, because the greatest payback isn't revenge. It's making them realize they were never worth your time in the first place. The pain they gave you will return to them, not because you force it, but because life is designed that way. Weak people always destroy themselves. Liars always expose themselves. Betrayers always get betrayed. Your job is not to wait for it, not to wish for it, but to focus on becoming untouchable. Forget them, forget revenge, forget everything except your own power, because the second you become obsessed with winning, everything else stops mattering, and that's when you truly win. So stop looking back. Stop hoping for justice. Stop waiting for karma. Be your own karma. Build a life so powerful that their downfall doesn't even register on your radar. That is how you get the last laugh. That is how you win.